I was sitting in the parking garage at the airport, engine running, boarding pass in my hand, and I could not even move. My hands were shaking, my chest was tight, I couldn't even catch my breath. I remember thinking, is this a heart attack or is it a panic attack? Full stop at 45 years old in the airport parking garage because I was about to take my very first solo trip. And I almost didn't go. But here's what happened next, and why 10 years later, I am still standing here telling you that you can absolutely do this too. Hi, I'm Nicole, and if you are over 40, secretly dreaming about solo travel, but absolutely terrified to start, you are exactly who I'm here for. Today we are busting through the 5 fears that I hear from women in this community every single day. The same ones that almost kept me in that parking garage forever. Stay with me. Here's what I need you to understand before we even get into it. The fears that women over 40 have about solo travel are not the same fears as a 24-year-old backpacker has. I'm sorry, but they're just not. And that's why all the advice aimed at 24-year-olds doesn't land for us. We have more at stake. We have careers, we have families, we have health considerations, and we also have, to be brutally honest with you, we have decades of being told to be careful and to be responsible, to not be selfish. So when we start dreaming about solo travel, those fears don't just live in our heads, they also live in our bodies. Here's what the 20-year-old backpackers on YouTube don't tell you about solo travel at midlife. The fears are real and they are completely solvable. Let me show you how. Fear number 1, what if it's not safe? Let me take you back to that parking garage for a second. The number one thing running through my mind right now, beyond the shaking hands, beyond the tight chest, was what if something happens to me and nobody knows where I am? That is a real legitimate fear, especially for women. Especially for women of a certain age traveling alone. I'm not going to gaslight you and say, oh, you'll be fine. That's not how I operate. Here's what I do instead. 4 things every single trip. 1, I share my full itinerary, not just I'm going to Paris, my hotel name, my address, confirmation number, and a day-by-day plan to go to trusted people before I leave. 2, I check in daily, same time every day. If they don't hear from me by a specific time, they know to call the embassy. 3, I research before I go, not just TripAdvisor reviews. I look at State Department travel advisories. I look at what Black travel bloggers and women bloggers specifically say about safety in that particular destination, because our experience is much different and that matters. 4, I travel with my documents backed up digitally. Passport, travel insurance, emergency contacts, all of it. Photographed and stored in a secure cloud folder. Safety is not luck, preparation. That's the difference. Fear number 2, I'll be lonely. Oh, this one gets me every single time because I used to believe it too. I see you, I've been you. Sitting at a restaurant table for one, convinced everyone in the room is staring at you, thinking, how sad. Spoiler, they are not. They're looking at their own plates. But let me tell you about Lisbon. It was my 3rd solo trip. I've been brave enough to book a small group food tour. 8 strangers, 1 guide, 4 hours walking through Alfama. And at the end of it, a woman named Diane, 58 years old, from Atlanta, first solo trip, looked at me and said, I almost canceled this morning because I thought I'd be the only one here my age. We all laughed together until we cried. We've been friends for 6 years now. Here's what I absolutely know with certainty. Loneliness and aloneness are not the same. Aloneness is a choice you make for yourself. Loneliness is a feeling that visits when you resist connection. The women who feel loneliness on solo trips are the ones who stay in their hotel rooms. The women who feel most alive are the ones who say yes to the food tour, yes to the museum group, and yes to the conversations with the woman at the next table. You are not going to be lonely. You are going to discover that you are actually extraordinary company. Fear number 3, I'm too old for this. You need to hear me on this one. You are not too old. You are finally old enough. Here's what I mean. In my 20s, I would have rushed through every destination, checked boxes, taken blurry photos, moved on. I didn't know how to be anywhere yet. Now, I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know that I want the slower morning, the local coffee shop, the neighborhood that's not in the guidebook. I know how to have a real conversation with a stranger. I know how to ask for help without feeling ashamed. I know how to still be. That is not something a 24-year-old has. That is something you have earned. Your age is not your obstacle. Your age is your superpower. And I say that not as a cute inspirational quote. I say it because I have watched hundreds of women in this community take their first solo trip at 45, 52, 61, and 67. Every single one of them said the same thing when they came home. Why did I wait so very long? You're not too old, and it's not too late. Fear number 4, I can't afford it. Let me be honest with you. Again, solo travel can be expensive. Traveling alone means you're not splitting the hotel room, not splitting the Airbnb, not splitting the cab. That's real. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. But here's what I've also learned. Solo travel can be more affordable than you think when you stop trying to travel the way couples travel. A few things I do that change everything for me. Travel in the shoulder week, the week before peak season, or the week after. Prices can drop 30 to 40%. The destination is the same. The crowds are lighter. The locals are friendlier. Go smaller. Not every first solo trip has to be Paris or Bali. I have profound, life-changing solo weekends 2 states away. Start where your budget is comfortable and build from there. Use points. I know this sounds like advice you've heard before, but I mean it strategically. I am a travel agent. I help women build and use travel rewards specifically for this. The link to work with me is in the description below. Budget for the experience, not the stuff. The best moments of every trip has ever taken, every single one costs almost nothing. A conversation, a walk, a sunset, a meal at a place with plastic chairs and no English menu. Solo traveling isn't a luxury, it's a choice, and you can get to choose how much it costs. Fear number 5, what if something goes wrong? This is the fear underneath all the other fears, isn't it? You've packed your bag, you've researched the destination, you've told your family where you're going, and then 3 a.m. comes and your brain says, but what if? What if I get sick? What if I lose my passport? What if my flight gets canceled? What if I fall? What if I have a panic attack? What if I have a panic attack in a parking garage and never even get on the plane? Here's what I know. Things go wrong when you travel. They go wrong when you travel with a partner too. The difference is that when you travel alone, you discover something remarkable. You handle it, you figure it out, you ask for help, you pivot. You find a solution you didn't know you were capable of finding. And when you get home, when you sit down and realize what you navigated alone in a foreign country in a language that wasn't yours, something shifts. You're not broken, you're not alone, you're not behind, and you are definitely not the only one feeling this way. But you are more capable than your fear has been letting you believe. For the practical side, travel insurance, non-negotiable. I get it every trip. I recommend it to every client. I will not apologize for saying it plainly. And have a simple what if plan. Know the number for your bank, your insurance provider, and the nearest embassy. 5 minutes of prep saves you 5 hours of panic. So here's where we are. 5 fears, 5 real answers, and 1 parking garage that could not have been the end of my story, but was it? If you are sitting where I was sitting 10 years ago, engine running, boarding pass in hand, convinced you can't do this, I need you to hear me. You can do this. I did it terrified. You can do it terrified too. If this video helped you, subscribe. I am going to show you and teach you everything I have learned the hard way so you don't have to. And drop a comment below. Tell me which fear almost stopped you. I read every single one. I'm Nicole, and you are braver than you think. And I do new videos every week.